Okay, yesterday's notes had midpoint and distance formula on there, and we did not use those yesterday, but we're going to start to use those now. We're just going to review on distance formula the x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared, all underneath the square root sign. This is just review. You can write as much as you need to. Don't write anything you don't need to. I'll write it out on the first one. This is xy, xy. These are your 1s. These are your 2s. And we'll put these in the formula. So we're going to do x2 minus x1. So 6 minus negative 2. So 6 minus negative 2 will turn into plus 2 squared plus y2 minus y1. So negative 5 minus negative 3 turns into plus 3 squared. And you type it in just like that. And then negative 5 plus 3. Okay, I get 8.2. We do the same thing here. 11 minus 5, 0 minus 0. It's the same pattern every time. Here we did 6, negative 2, and then negative 5, negative 3. So we're going to do 11, 5, 0, 0. Square root. You get 6. 3 minus negative 3 will be plus 3. Minus negative turns into plus. 1 minus negative turns into plus 2. Okay, 6.7. And example 4. Negative 3 plus minus negative is plus 6. Okay, 4.2. And we won't do the checkpoint on the bottom. You get the gist reviewing on distance formula. Alright, so midpoint formula. To find the midpoint, you do x1 plus x2 divided by 2 to get your x coordinate, and then y1 plus y2 over 2 to get your signet coordinate. So your answer is going to be a coordinate pair. You're finding the middle coordinate between two coordinates. Alright, what do I use the midpoint formula for? We're going to be using it to find center point. Distance formula, we just did that on the front. We're going to write it again because this is good for you to refer back to. You have everything here together. What do I use the distance formula for? We're going to use it to find radius. All right, so using midpoint and distance formula, the gist of why we're going to be using this is we're going to have a circle, and I'm just going to give you the endpoints. So I'm just going to make some numbers up here. 1, 7, and 3, 5. I need to, these are the ends of my diameter. In order to write the equation, I need to know my center point and my radius. So to find the center, I'll use midpoint formula. To find the center point, I'm going to use midpoint. So add your x's. So I'm going to do 1 plus 3. They give me 4 over 2 would be 2. And then 7 plus 5 over 2. 7 plus 5 would be 12 over 2 would be 6. So this is 2, 6. And I would be able to use this as my center point. So I could write the majority of my equation. I would need to find my radius, and I can write my equation. So x minus 2 squared plus y minus 6 squared equals, I need to find my radius. I can square it and put it on the end and I'll be done. To find your radius, you need to find out how far between these 2 points. It's always going to be the distance between the center point and one of the points on the circle. You can do this line or you can do this line. It doesn't matter which one you do because the radius stays the same all the way around. So you either pair the center point with this one or pair the center point with this one. You're going to be using the coordinates. So I'm going to put those in distance formula. I'm going to use 2, 6, and 3, 5. So I'm going to say 3 minus 6, or 3 minus 2 squared plus 5 minus 6 squared. So the radius, this distance here, is 1.4. So if my radius is 1.4, I need to square that and get 1.96, which would round to 2, or you can put the 1.96, either way. I don't care if you round to 1 decimal place or 2. That is what we're going to be doing with a picture. So this is showing ends of the diameter, find the center point, find the radius. Most of the problems we're going to do are not a picture. So your example 5, I'm telling you that I'm giving you the endpoints. You've got to find the center, find the radius, and then write the equation. To find the center, I'm going to add 18 and 4. And then negative 13 pairs with negative 3. Negative 13 plus negative 3. This is when it's good to refer back to your notes up here, because this formula has plus signs. This formula has minus signs. Your actual equation has minus signs. So if I'm putting in a minus negative, it turns plus. Minus a negative number will turn into a plus. Plus a negative number turns into minus. So I have negative 13 plus negative 3, so plus a negative turns into minus. So 18 plus 4 is 22 over 2 is 11. Negative 13 minus 3 is negative 16 over 2 would be negative 8. So 11, negative 8 is my center point. So I'm going to write 11, negative 8 is my center point. And then I need to pair that with one of my endpoints. Pair the center with one of the ends. It doesn't matter which one. So I can pick either one of these. I'm going to pick this one just because it's smaller numbers. And then I need to know what is the distance between my center point and my radius. My center point and a point on there would give me my radius. So 4 minus 11. Negative 3 minus negative turns into plus 8. And then this will give me my radius. .6. So now I'm going to use my center point and my radius to write my final equation. Center and the radius. So my equation, x minus 11 squared plus y plus 8 squared equals, do 8.6 squared. I don't need that, so 73.96. So these are not hard, it's just kind of a lot of steps, but you do not have to write anything that you don't need to write. If you need to write it, of course, go for it. All right, one more example. Endpoints. So negative 3 plus 3, 11 plus negative 13 turns into minus. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0, 0 over 2 is 0. 11 minus 3 is negative 2. Negative 2 over 2 is equal to negative 1. So that is my center point. So I could come on down here and write x squared plus y. That's a -1. When you plug it in, you change the sign. And now I just need to find my radius and plug it in squared. So to find the radius, I'm going to use my center point and just bring one of these down and put it in distance formula. Minus negative turns into +1.